Okay, this is a Year 9 GCSE Business and Economics lesson. Just to put it in context, the students have only been doing their GCSE courses for 4 weeks now. They start them shortly after their SATs. They're a mixed ability class, and at the moment all we're doing is giving them a general introduction to some of the main business concepts that they'll face in Year 10 and 11 when they go into more depth. This lesson they're going to learn about the product life cycle, and what I'm hoping they can do by the end of the lesson, at least I'm hoping they can, is they can at least explain what it is, have an understanding that products will go through a life cycle, perhaps at different stages to each other. We're going to start off, and I'm going to ask them to just use a selection of products and to just quite simply place them as to where they think they are in their particular life cycle, and to justify why they've placed them there. And then later on in the lesson we're going to move on. I'm going to push them a little bit forward and get them to explain how they can extend the life of a product. And we're going to look at some examples of products that have had their lives extended, perhaps by bringing out new technology. The students normally like talking about games consoles, things like that. Some of the more able students are going to have some extension questions where they can show how the shape of the diagram would change if they successfully extended the life of the product. And ultimately I'm hoping that at the end they can then teach each other what they've learned and give each other a score. They're normally fairly good at doing that. They're normally quite critical of each other but supportive, so that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, right, afternoon Year 9. Now you should all have in front of you on the desks one of these for your whole group and one of these. Okay, there's a load of these scattered on your table. What I'd like you to do, before we look at what we're going to be learning today, is to write the name of the product on this little note here and to stick it where you think it should go on this diagram. You can decide between you, if you decide that's why they're sticky, so if you want to move them, you can move them about once you've discussed it. I'm going to put this up on the board to help you. But other than this, I'm not going to tell you anything else about what this is. Right? I'm going to give you 3 minutes in your groups to stick all of these that are on your table on there. Okay? Off you go. Go. The product. Okay, how are we doing? Name of the product on there, and then put it where you think it belongs on here. No, just the name of the product, that's all. Okay, good. You're using this to help you. Use the information on the board to help you decide. Go on your empty bowl to place one. You can always move it. Look at the board to help you with clues as to where it might go. Excellent, good. Now why did you place the iPod Nano in growth?
Coca-Cola. Because they just made a new one and it started.
Okay, so why is that in growth then? What, the iPod Nano?
It's just been out, it's just come out like 2-3 months ago.
It might be maturity actually because they've made a new one.
Yeah.
Okay, decide between you here what you think that one should be.
Yeah?
Okay, excellent. You've placed some. Okay, now why do you think the iPhone is in introduction? Okay, good. Okay, which one have you got? Fax machine, you've placed it already. Why did you place it where you did? Okay, so that's caused it to go into that stage. Good. Okay, you're halfway through your time.
1 second, now, Barney.
Okay, great. Okay, what made you place baked beans there?
You can't buy them. They're like fibre, like bread. They're not.
Good. Karis had a good point there. Say that again, Karis. What should you say?
What? Baked cheese and onions? Baked? That was the new one.
Excellent. Good. Okay, you're halfway through your time, so get skipping quickly. It doesn't matter if you want to move them.
They were nasty.
Okay, how many more have you got left to place? Have you done them all? Good. Okay, what made you place the PlayStation 3 where you did?
iPod mini.
Okay. All right, Sarah, do you agree? It's only just come out? Where? Why is it a growth and not introduction?
It's already come out.
Okay. So if you had PS1, where would you place it? Why in that stage?
They stopped making them.
Why have they stopped making them, Jamie? Because the PS3 came out and replaced it. Good, excellent. Okay, everyone got them stuck? Good. Okay, now what we're going to do, if I can have everyone looking this way. Now what you're going to do with the products that you have placed is come and position them where you think. And I just want one person from each group to come up and place 2 of the products where you think they should be on here. Okay, so one person from each group, you decide, and all 4 of you can come up, do it at once, place them where you think. Off you go. Yep, go for it. Place someone from this group. Parry, here we go. Just 2 of your choice. Okay. Okay, while they're doing this, look and see whether you agree with where it goes. If you don't agree, say so, put your hand up and we'll make them redirect them. Good, have you done yours, Alex? Okay, thank you. You can sit down now. Yep, just 2. Good, well done, Perry. Thank you. Okay, good, thank you. Okay, so we've got now our selection of products, and we're going to come back to these in a moment, right, and see whether we agree with it. Okay. What you've just done is use something called a product life cycle. And what you're going to learn about today, and indeed you've started learning about it, is what we mean by the product life cycle, which I think some of you can do already. We're going to look and you're going to learn what the stages of the life cycle are. And then we're going to look at how you could extend the life of a product life cycle. What do you think you should have to do to show that you've learnt this? Look at the worksheet that I've given you. What do you think you have to do to show that you've successfully learnt this? Look at that first box there. And write in 2 things that you think you should do to show you've learnt this. Okay? You decide for yourself what 2 things. Okay, Jamie? Tara, what have you got so far? what have you done so far that you show you've learned? Think about that. I'll come back. Jack, what do you think you should... Okay. What do you think I might ask you to do at the end of the lesson to show me that you'd learnt this?
Put things into categories.
Okay, good. That's a good start. It would certainly show me that you'd learnt this one. Good. Yeah, what else could you do? And I might ask you to do that at the end. Okay, lots of ideas on what you could do by the end of this lesson to show you'd learnt it. Who wants to give me some of those ideas that you've got? Joanna?
I should be able to explain what the product lifestyle is.
Okay, so you might have to explain it to somebody. Who else had explain what it is on their sheet? Good. What else could you do?
Explain all the stages.
Good. You could explain all the stages. What else could you do for it? Sarah, what could you do?
Recognise new technology in the market.
Okay, why would you do that?
To figure out whether, like, there's previous ones, so they would be being withdrawn and then the new ones would be coming in, so they'll be introduced.
Good. Jamie, could you give us an example of that? Of where you've got new technology replacing?
PlayStation 3, replacing the PS2.
Okay, and what happened to where we put the PlayStation as a result?
Growth.
Yeah, we can see here you quite correctly put the PlayStation 1 down here. What does the withdrawal stage mean? What does that mean, Perry?
They're stopping to make it and they're removing it from the market.
Excellent, good. They're removing it completely, where they're withdrawing it. Because of this little product here, the PlayStation 3 Advanced, which is in the growth stage of the market. Okay, good. Now, based on what we've done so far, you can already do at least one of those things to show what you've learnt. Look at your sheets, activity 1. You can now fill that in. Already, you've learnt that. Okay, so 2 minutes now just to fill in the activity 1 box based on what you've learnt so far. Okay, good. Excellent, that's really well labelled. Vikram, look at how Tara's labelled it. Right, and done that question to help you. Good. Perry, extension questions there, you can go straight on to those, I'm sure. Good, well done. That's very good, the way you said that. Yeah, okay. Okay, 30 seconds. Make sure you've got at least 3 of the stages labelled on your diagram. If you've done that, you'll see there's a box with 2 extension questions in. You should go straight onto those. Jamie, you're ready to go onto those? Great. Okay, and just 10 seconds to finish just the little bit that you're on. Okay, put your pens down, face this way please. So, we started off and someone said that by the end of the lesson they would show that they knew it by explaining what it is. Who can do it already? Who can explain what the product life cycle is based on what you've just written? You should all have hands up there because I saw that you all wrote something down. Okay, Andrew, what did you write down?
I think cycle of when a product first comes onto the market and the stages it goes through until it reaches withdrawal.
Okay, good, excellent. Joanna, what do you think of that? How close was that to yours?
Yeah, similar.
Okay, what did you have different?
I said the product lifestyle is the different stages an item has on the market.
Good, so using the word market as well. Excellent, good. Okay, right, turn over the black sheets that you've got on your desks here. You're going to be working in groups to complete these sheets, right? And I'll explain how you're going to be doing this, right? You'll see on your sheets that there are 4 stages to this activity here, okay? Tara, if you can come and sit here so you can work on this one here. And each half of the table is going to complete 1 each. So if you look this way, this is how you're going to organise your cells, okay? So this half of the table, you're going to be working on this one. This half of the table are going to be working on this. It might be that there's just 2 of you on one half. That's fine, okay? What you're going to do is after you've done stage 1, you're going to immediately pass it on to the next group to you, and you will end up with your own sheet back completed by other people, okay? So look at stage 1 now. What you're going to do is simply identify where you think that product is on the life cycle and justify why. You've got 1 minute. It's going to be very fast, this. And then you're going to pass it to the next group. They're going to fill in stage 2 and so on. Okay, has anyone got any questions on this? Excellent. Safe, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Tell us all.
You have to fill this in under each category.
Which bit are you going to do?
First part.
And then what are you going to do? Jack, help him out. What's he going to do after he's done stage 1? Pass it on. Excellent. Okay, 1 minute, stage 1, off you go. There you go, you can do it in colour. Colour. Do it in colour so we can see which bit you're doing.
Oh, Miss, can we have one, please?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Get ready then. Because I last time you coloured it blue. Can we have one?
There you go.
Which one is it? Is it the one that's been out?
That one. One's been out for a while.
Oh, you don't colour.
Okay, which one are you working on? Cornflakes. What do you think? Do you agree? You've come to the decision together. Why do you think it's maturity? Does that mean it's immaturity? Look at what's happening to sales along there. Are they growing? Staying the same. So you're happy with that? Okay, what do you think, Vikram? Do you agree? Yes. Okay, good. So that's a good one to tell Sarah here. Okay. Okay, we're ready to pass on then. You're simply going to pass it to the other group on your table. Swap them over now, please. Okay, Sarah, you happy with what you've written? You ready to pass it? Swap them over. Okay, you do what you think's right here. Doesn't matter. Okay, so the phone's in decline. Why don't you think it's a good stage to be at, Ria? Hang on, Ria, look, go on. Okay. So if it's not a good stage, what's your ideas?
Make a new phone.
Okay, like what? Okay, what could you do to that new phone? And that's your ideas here.
Reviews on people.
What do you mean other people?
Public and take their ideas, what they think on the phone.
Use different chocolate.
And then what the disadvantages of the phone, turn it into an advantage, improve that and put it in a different module.
Okay, good. It's a good idea. There you go. Something great to write. Okay, so is it a good stage to be at? Why do you think it's a good stage?
All the disadvantages.
Why do you think it's bad?
Improve it.
There's one way to go, unless you come up with some ideas here of what you could do to this Snickers bar. Okay, what ideas have you had for cornflakes then? Go on, remember cornflakes, Snickers, yeah? Yes.
We don't understand this. You have to answer one.
Just one. So if a product's at the introduction stage, what's happening to it? Go on. Okay, is that good? Is there a better stage? Look at the level of sales. Why do you think maturity is better? Because more people buy it. Why do you think growth is better? You think maturity is better. So what could you do with this product to help get it to the maturity stage? That's what you're filling in for stage 2. Okay, good idea. So you don't think it's a good stage to be at introduction, so put down what you think you could do to take it to the next stage. Okay, 20 seconds to finish off your ideas of what you're going to do. Okay, you've got lots of ideas here. You are, you're going to swap all of them round completely. Okay, what are you going to do to this product then?
Bring out more varieties, more TV advertising, and sell it to schools, put it in vending machines.
Okay. What, do you agree that the growth stage is a good stage then?
Yeah.
Why is that better than any other stage?
Which means that we're still making lots of money.
What do you mean by you making lots of money? Okay, why? Why do you make more at growth than you do at maturity?
It's more if your profits going up as the product goes up.
Okay, look at the level of sales. Think about that for a moment. Which one's better in terms of level of sales? That's excellent, good. Okay, right, finish the word that you're writing, and then what you're going to do is you're going to swap your table's 2 sheets with the other table's 2 sheets, and now fill in stage 3. No, we're going to do it this way, Jack, this way, behind you, that's it. Okay, you ready? This way, Vikram. It's going to come to this table. Okay, 2 new ones, there you go. Okay, now in stage 3, guys, listen for a moment, please. In stage 3, you're going to try and improve the ideas from stage 2. You're going to see if you can improve those ideas. Okay, so read these ideas. What do you think? Okay, so the product's those trainers with wheels in. Right. Do you agree with this, first of all? Do you agree?
No.
Yes and no, okay? Tara, say why not? Why don't you agree? You agree it's an introduction. Parry, sorry, you didn't agree it was an introduction. Why not?
Those people I got them, kids over 5, you can see them. You can see them.
So what stage do you think it's at? You think it's declined? Go on. Okay, Parry, what do you think to that?
I think it's maturity.
You think it's mature. So if you were to look at it on this, could you say whereabouts in maturity it is?
Probably like near there.
About to go into decline. You think it's decline? All right, I'm going to leave you to think about this and see what you could do then to improve this product. Yeah?
It's the mini Cooper, it's the new one.
Yes.
The new one. But these people have said that it's going into decline, but I think you'll see more of them because they're the new Mini Coopers.
Okay, good. So at stage 3 then, you can make that point that you don't agree and what you would do differently. It's a very good point to make. What's going to be the stuff?
When you go to the supermarket, they can have like. You know that when they have forms when you're done what you think?
Yes? Okay, that would be a good thing to have for staff. Yes. Facilities. FACILITIES. Yes. Errol, how are we doing?
What else could we do about
Okay, all right. Errol, what made you come up with that idea?
Do it in 3D, so it looks like that you're dancing. Do it and make it interactive, so you can dance with you.
Right. Yes.
Intellectual or something like that.
4D. You can. Have you ever been to Fort Park?
Okay, good. So you think it could work for Lilt as well? All right.
Have you done that for
I don't know. Is there anything here that you don't agree with or you could change? Okay, how are we getting on with the Happy Feet? Okay, good. What gave you the idea for Happy Feet 2?
Carry on, makes it.
Okay.
It's not them who make it, so it's a direct, just make a new film. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, they can make Happy Feet 4.0.
Right, okay. So if this product's in decline, what's going to happen to the shape of this line once you bring out? Good, it'll go back up. That'll help you with the next section of work here. Yes, George. Yes, do you want me to open it? Good idea. Okay, right, we're ready to switch them again for the last time. Guys, stop talking for a moment. This time, I want you to have your original sheet back, okay? I want you to swap them back and start off with your original one. Okay? Okay, who had the trainers? Who had the car? There you go. Right, okay, put your pens down. Before you do this next stage, look this way. This is the bit that's really going to show whether you agree or disagree with what your peers have said. If you don't agree, say why. But I want you to try and find some problems with the ideas that other people have had. Every idea is likely to have a possible problem This is your job now to find that problem. And if you've got any other ideas that could extend the life of this product, now's your chance to write them down. You may have an idea that could really help, okay? This bit's going to take you 2 minutes. Right, off you go. Go on, Perry. No. This one's yours. You started off with the cornflakes, didn't you? Jack, what do you think of the ideas that they've had? They're good enough, or you've got better ones?
Make giant Jaffa cakes. So like this big.
Make more variety.
Why would that work, Jack? Why would that work? Why is that going to extend the life of an ordinary Jaffa cake?
Long journeys.
It would melt in the cup.
Okay, so there's a problem with the idea.
Different shape.
What's your idea, Ria?
Yeah, more adverts like the full moon heart.
Which one's the Jack? Which one's the better idea? The giant one or the shaped one? You're going to disagree here. You've got to try and decide why.
That was a funny move. That was such a funny thing.
Okay, what other ideas have you got? Or what problems?
Once more, kids.
Okay, what's that got to do with cornflakes then? Hello, special cornflakes with horsepower. Okay. Okay, so pick one of the ideas in stage 2. Say one of these. Okay, so they've said to improve it, but what's the problem with that idea? Is it precise? Okay, good. What do you mean you can't improve it? Okay, it could be. And also the costs involved as well. It's a good one. Okay, are you leaving Ria to do all the work here?
No, I've given all the ideas. Why have you not put down my giant Jaffa? Why have you not put down my giant Jaffa?
Like, you know, you can get massive baby bells.
Right.
You can get massive baby bells.
Why did they do that? Why did that company do the massive baby bells?
It's so addictive.
Okay, Ria, why do you... Hang on, one at a time. Why do you think they did it? Good.
And they've got Emmental variety and cheddar.
Think about why they do these things. Safe. Jack, stay on focus, please. All right. Your ideas are excellent, right? But you've got to think about what the problems are with these other ideas. Okay, right, time's up. Just put the pens down that you're using for these large sheets and turn back to your worksheets. Turn back to your individual worksheets. Right. Okay, now look at activity 3 on your worksheet. This is where you're going to make a judgment on which product out of all of the ones you saw just now, which one do you think it was easiest to extend the life of? Explain why you think that is. And then think about 2 other products of your choice, where they are in the life cycle and how you could extend them. If you've ever looked at a product and thought, well, it's not doing so well, what would I do differently if I was in charge of the marketing of that product? Okay, just take 3 minutes now just to reflect on what you've just learnt from that activity to write about extending the life cycle. So think about the 4 that you saw. Which one do you think was easiest? Right. Dear. There you go, use that one instead. Okay, good. Can you think of another product? What made you think of that one? What made you think of the PSP? What stage do you think it's at? Okay, it's a good choice then, to see how you can extend it. Sarah, can you think of one? Can you think of one of your own? Could be. What made you choose that one? Okay, good. Andrew, which one did you choose? Okay, good idea. And what was your own product that you chose? Okay, all right, you stick with Lilt as the first choice. Okay, excellent, good. Go straight on to that extension question there then, Ria. Okay, people have got some good ideas for their own products, I'm seeing. Jamie, can you think of one? Parry, can you share your idea with Jamie and say what you thought and why that was your choice? Safe, what was your choice?
For which question?
For which product, the other 2 products that you would choose?
Pencil case.
Okay, good. Explain why. And what could you do?
It can be improved by making it easier, by making more ways for it to be easier to access the contents.
Okay, and you could extend the life of it. Of 8, which particular pencil? Any in mind? Or just pencil cases in general?
Pencil cases that it's hard to get into.
Okay, so describe Joanna's pencil case in that scale. Right, yeah.
3 pouches. You have to look in every one for which stuff you have.
So how could you extend the life? How could you extend the sales of that?
Make it digital. So
Right.
you just type in what you want over here, and it pops out like a toaster.
Okay. So there's a.
Give it a microphone.
Okay, so what do you think would happen to the sales of the product then?
It would
Give
be
it a microphone, so when you say it, it comes out.
It wouldn't sound
So
like
it'd be
the
like-
product that takes it once to buy it and then
the growth would take a lot of time, but after a while it will start going down in price and it will mature.
Good. That's an excellent point. The growth would take a very long time. You're right. Good.
Simpsons, where Homer buys that pencil.
Okay, excellent. Some excellent things coming out here. Okay, now, we started off, can everyone look this way, please? Yeah, we started off with 3 things in mind to do today. 3 things to learn. And I asked you how you would show that you'd learnt that. And there was a lot of you that said you would explain it. Right? So, what you're going to do, if you look at the bottom of your sheets, you're going to teach it to the person next to you. But you're going to ask the person next to you, like we've done before, to score you out of 5. And you'll see the scores there, what you have to do to get 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 out of 5. Obviously, you'd be aiming for 5 out of 5. Look at what the description is. And you've got what's taken us 45 minutes, 1 minute to teach. and I know we've got some excellent teachers in this room because you've done it before, just with the person next to you, and then ask them for a score that you're going to put on your sheet, okay? So, Safe, what you'll have to do is wait until Ria and Jack are finished, yeah? You're going to do it here. Okay? Vikram, you're going to teach Sarah. Sarah's going to teach you in a minute, so... Okay, Harry. Have you both taught it? Harry, what score did you give Tara? And has Parry taught it to you already? Okay, what did he need to do to get 5? Set up, Parry. Okay, good. Parry, what did Tara need to do to improve? Okay, good. Mark that on your sheet then, all right, and look at what you need to do to improve. Okay, time's up. Look this way. Who was taught by a 5 out of 5? Who got 5? You were taught by a 5 out of 5. Good. What did George teach you that was it was so good to get 5 out of 5? Let's listen to this.
He told me what the life cycle, product life cycle was, and then he explained the 3 stages, and then gave examples.
Okay.
Everything basically what it says on the sheet.
Okay, good. Well done. All right. So we've got some good teachers in the room. You can show you know what's meant by the product life cycle. Yeah, what do we mean by the product life cycle? Ria?
The stages of the market.
Stages.
Of the market.
Okay, Joanna, what could you say to build on that?
The different stages an item goes through when it's of the market.
Okay, good. Right. Errol? What could you say to build on that?
It's got different stages like introduction, growth, maturity, decline and resilience.
Okay. Sarah, what could you say about any of those stages?
When it's at maturity, the company needs to think of more ways to keep it at that stage so it doesn't decline and then move forward.
Good. Jamie, what do we call it when you aim to keep that maturity stage going, or give it another introduction stage? What term did we use to say how we were going to do this? Sarah, what term did we use? Look at stage 3. What could you do? Okay, we need to come to this. Go on, Priya, you're doing that. What makes you do that? Go on. Something to do with the shape of the life cycle.
Yeah, it's basically when...
Go on.
Well, basically when it starts, it's like a roller coaster.
Yes. And which bit of the roller coaster don't you want to be on as a business?
Right at the bottom.
At the end.
You don't want to be on this stage here. Why doesn't a business want to be here? Why, Jack? Why don't they want to be on this stage?
Because it means that they're going to lose money.
Why are they losing money?
Because they're getting declined and it's going down.
Yeah, good. Well done, Karis. Not a lot of people are then buying the product. The sales are falling of it, okay? Excellent. Okay, now, what I want you to do is to write your names on the top of your worksheets, right? And then just put them in the middle of the table for me on top of your black sheets. And we're going to be coming back to these next lesson. Okay, once you've put all your sheets together in the middle that we're going to be using, all right, I want you to... I want you to stay in your seats before we finish off. Okay, now we want a chain of, how many should we have today? A chain of three. A chain of two. That's not a chain, that's just a link. Okay, we'll go for 4. Andrew, I like your 4 idea. Okay, so who's going to start us off? Alex, can you start us off? Chain of 4 things that you've learnt today. All right, start us off. You get to choose the next person.
Okay. How can I extend the product life? What are the stage on the market of this product? I mean, introduction, maturity, and decline.
Good, 3 stages. Okay, ask someone else what they've learnt this lesson.
Guys?
I've learned that product life cycle stages is sort of like when the product gets introduced, like when it goes to maturity, when it's being sold at most and like everyone's buying it, and then when it goes down again, it means that someone's still buying it and they've been like outdone by someone.
Good, okay, well done. They've been outdone. Good. Ask someone else what they learnt. That's 2. Chain of 2, correct. Sarah?
That companies need to keep bringing out new stuff, otherwise it just won't sell anymore and people get bored of it.
Okay, what examples have you got of that?
Well, like the PlayStation, like PlayStation 1, people don't have them anymore. They just PS3 and everything else is good.
Okay, good. And for our 4th one, ask someone else.
Jack.
How the product life cycle is like a roller coaster as it goes up and eventually goes down.
Does it always have to go down? Can you think of a product that hasn't gone down? Okay, good. Andrew?
I was going to say PlayStation, but PS1 went down.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, Errol? Coke. That hasn't gone down. You think it's still a maturity, yeah? How do businesses keep their products in maturity then? How do they do that? How do they do that? Excellent. George.
Say if it's a drink or like they change, like PlayStation 1, they changed the technology for it, changed PS2 and then PlayStation 3.
Okay, so keep it going. So as a whole, the PlayStation brand stays up here. Yep, Coca-Cola bring out new products, but on the whole, they managed to keep their sales going. Excellent. Okay, well done, guys. That was really, really good. Okay, you can pack away, leave your stuff in the middle of the tables, and stand behind your chairs, please. You can Okay, great. Tuck your chairs in, please. I think the students grasp the concept of a life cycle, and I think they successfully grasp the fact that it's not good for a business to have products in decline and withdrawal, and they came up with some fairly good techniques for extending the life of a product. They were on task for the whole lesson. I think they quite enjoyed having the selection of products, and also I thought it worked well sort of passing the sheets to each group and getting them to build on what the previous group had written and to keep on sort of drawing out new ideas. I think they worked well on that. They were very, very quiet at some points when they were doing their individual work, and that I could see a number of them reflecting on what they'd just done and sort of really thinking about it, but they were just quite quiet at that stage. And generally sort of the teaching at the end worked well. I think they were focused on the 3 things that they were aiming to learn this lesson. I'm happy that the objectives were met. There were some bits that I cut out just because of timing issues, but on the whole, yeah, it was a fairly good lesson.
So where would this go in the next?
Okay, in the next lesson, what we would do is move on to look at some of the techniques that they identified to extend the life. So really looking at the marketing aspects in terms of the 4 Ps, the price, the product, the promotional aspects, and giving them an overview of that, ready to then take on the promotional aspect in a lot more detail, and the product aspect, so how businesses will change the product to suit the market, to take a product back into the introduction and growth stage again.